It's Week 17 of the 2042 season. And up next, we'll see this team's electric quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Great game in store for y'all, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably... The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
You look at this defense.
And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass.
But pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And they bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Weaver. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Now the first carry here for their running back. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Right back to him on 1st down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 90 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
16 yards, a 1st down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 13-year man puts it through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99.
Now a hit and a loose football. And he will score. It's a touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards on the pickup there. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time a 6-play drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. They'll set up to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Weaver. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now they'll run on the draw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Weaver. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throw left side, complete. That's Weaver. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And for the 2nd time this half, on comes a field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down. The 42-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. This now a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll set up a throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Wise.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! From a yard out. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, now how about this return? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack. Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
2nd and 6. He finds his man complete. It's Weaver.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 13. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Weaver. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he comes back with one complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Keeps himself upright. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Down he goes at the 23 and pick up a 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 23-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And his kick is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Escaping a tackler at the 25.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to shake him off. Escaping the pressure right. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself. Found a way to reset the downs and advance the ball.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
His throw incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers. That's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with
touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory.
They'll run again.
And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Our home team, 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now inside the 25.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for our visitors,
the victory gets them back to 500, 8-8 on the year.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside